Good evening. Welcome to the Board of Health meeting, Monday, March 21st, 2022. We have no appointments or hearings scheduled, so we're going to get right into the action items. We have invoices for Happy Frog, HF Food Group, which are our housing forms, and then a reimbursement for Heather Doucette for Safe Sitter. If you want to peruse those, take a quick
I
look.
saw them on the email.
Okay, all right.
I'm ready.
Okay. All right, so I'll entertain a motion to accept the invoices as presented.
Motion.
Motion Lisa,
Seconded.
second Matt. Any discussions? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That passes. Okay, disposal work permits. We have 798 North Bedford Street, 20 Church Ave, 782 Washington Street, 776 Summer Street. Those are all recommended for approval by our health agent. 9 Daisy Lane has been rejected and sent back. So we have 798 Bedford Street, 20 Church Ave, 782 Washington Street, and 776 Summer Street for disposal permits.
Do you want to take them in two separate groups with 798 North Bedford Street on its own? Just because that went out to,
Sure.
the rest of them were
So,
announced.
okay, so we'll take 798 Bedford Street by itself. That was, has been reviewed. I'll entertain a motion to approve 798 North Bedford Street.
Motion.
Second.
Motion Matt, second Lisa. Any discussions? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, so that passes. Okay, so then we're looking at 20 Church Ave, 782 Washington Street, and 776 Summer Street. I will make a motion that will accept those disposal work permits. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second Lisa. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That passes. Okay, we have food service permits, and I'm recommending that, that we approve these permits tentatively pending inspection by the health agent. So if the inspection is successful, then the permit will be issued. So we have Flashback Frank's, Bert's Ice Cream Truck. Those are both renewals. Then we have Sweetie's Shaved Ice, Jerry's Food Concessions, Rockin' Burgers, South Shore Taco Guy, and that completes the list. So, let's see. I don't know if you wanted to.
I got them already. I've already perused them.
Okay,
All set?
all set. Okay. Flashback, Bert's, Sweeties, Jerry's, Rockin'. Okay, that's Advanced Earthworks. Okay, I'll entertain a motion to accept the permits tentatively upon inspection.
Motion.
Okay, motion Lisa,
Second.
second Matt. Any further discussions? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, so those pass. And then we have an installer permit, Advanced Earthworks. They were renewal. Okay, and I'll make the motion that we accept the installer permit for Advanced Earthworks.
Second.
Second Matt. Any discussions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, so that passes. Okay, we have minutes from March 7th. Has everybody had a chance to review?
Yes.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion.
Okay,
Second.
motion Matt,
Second.
second Lisa. Any discussions? Hearing none. All in favor of accepting the minutes from March 7th, say aye.
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 Aye, so that passes. Okay, and we do have a loan to approve.
For the betterment,
I'm sorry?
for the betterment?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Did I take it out?
Disposal works there.
Is it there?
It's here, I just had it.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
That's it.
Okay. Did you want to take a look? Okay, that goes with that. Okay, so, so I'll entertain a motion to accept the betterment loan.
Motions.
Okay, this motion Matt,
Second.
second Lisa. Any further discussions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, that passes. Okay, health agent updates. Jean Marie?
Okay, we did 3 site assessments, observations, perks, whatever, in the last 2 weeks. 799 Summer Street was perked for repair. 652 Oak Street was perked for repair. Lots 13, 14 Daisy Lane were perked for new development, and lot 15 will have to be perked for new development. And it is mud season, in case you didn't notice. The septic repairs, you've gone through 20 Church, 782 Washington, and 776 Summer Street. New construction, 798 North Bedford Street. These are hybrid plans, and they will install on-site septic now. He told me they want to get going within the next year, and then hook into the sewer in the future. 9 Daisy Lane was disapproved. They only have 2 observation holes in the system, no parks. Lot 1 Harvard Street, Lot 2 Harvard Street, and Lot 3 Harvard Street have been submitted and returned to the applicant for additional information. Snow surveyor's stamps, clarification of maximum groundwater, and other high groundwater concerns. 90 Waterman Street, 2 Cameron Road, 27 Cherry Blossom Lane, and 370 West Union Street are all under construction and pretty much buttoned up by now. Tie-ins to sewer and abandonment existing tanks at the carriage crossing complex is completed. Phase fee decommissioning of the chroma glass treatment system is now in progress. We're continuing with the residential food inspections. We did Buttercup's Bakery last week. There's a South Shore Food Truck Consortium, and what they do is they have a bunch of members that are food trucks. They're all gathering tomorrow in Hanover, and it's a way to get 20 to 30 trucks inspected at once and applications pulled in and served safe and checking everything. The alternate to doing that in the past has been you try to catch them on the road. We have Ponytails wants to have 3 different trucks every Thursday night through the summer season, approximately 10 to 12 weeks worth. So that's 36 trucks there. And the commercial club is having a summer fest June 25th with 5 to 6 food trucks. I'll be inspecting them all tomorrow. So it's
So
one way-
those two entities, their trucks are within this?
Yes.
12 to okay.
Yes, at least that way you get a majority of the trucks
Yeah.
done, and then I try to get them on the road once, August to September, so you have the 2 inspections per year. You know, one when they're clean and one when they're operating and working. Some of them are gonna need fire inspections too, and I'll just note that in the form, send the list to the fire department.
Neat.
And they'll take care of that. The proposal for the addition of 120-bed hospital adjacent to Compass Medical, we've talked about this before. It has a daily combined flow of 32,000 gallons per day. You might get questions on it, that's why I include it in the update. I did talk to Brett Rowe and Jeff Gould down at DEP. They've suggested that the applicant adjust their construction timetable to hook into sewer and have no interim measures.
So that won't even pass us at all, because it'll just go right through.
No, it's just too many gallons. It's too big a flow. The only other thing that's come up, and I just wanted to let you know that it's kind of in progress, is the rapid eye health in-home test kits that we gave out recently, and we have upstairs in the office, have an expiration date of July 2022, in a couple of months. I haven't found any documentation that suggests they may extend this expiration date out. I suspect that DPH wants to test them against the new variant that's kind of cropping in China and Europe. It's called the Delta Crom. And if it works against that, I suspect they'll probably extend that expiration date out for about a year. The Abbott ones, which are the ones we gave out in December and January, have been extended out, and they're good until, I think it's July of 2023. So the kits are originally given a 6-month time frame, and then they're extended out. If it does get extended out, I'll post it in the Council on Aging newsletter and on the website, so people are aware of that. And if it doesn't get extended out, we probably should come up with what we want people to do with them. But I'm sure DPH will have some information on that a little bit later, early summer. And that's about it.
So one thing that Jean Marie is pulling together, if there's some either conflict or duality in some of the bylaws and regulations, and right now she's found just one that we're kind of having discussions on is to kind of bring those in where there's a general fee structure for non-criminal offenses, and then there's tattoo. And they're kind of separate in 2 separate places. So we're just kind of seeing what else is out there as far as some inconsistencies. Does it make sense to bring them all under one document, not have one in bylaws or one under regulations? So just to make it easier for the consumer and tattoo folks. And so that's just and internally as well. So that's just a discussion eventually, whatever we decide, if we do decide to act on it, something that we'll probably have a hearing on and then bring it to town meeting, not for this year, not for this spring one, but
Okay.
we may have,
the question.
chances are there'll be a special in the fall. Don't know that for sure, but, history has told us that there's usually a special. If there is, we'll have time to pull all that together coherently and go to town meeting once.
Yeah, I think the way that came about is because there was an existing bylaw, and then when the tattoo came into the town, it was a
That's
new
exactly it.
entity, so instead of amending the existing, they just added an additional.
So just to bring me up to speed, because I went over this with Jean Marie today, why are we waiting on it? Why not just do it?
Well, I think we
have a
want to have
bylaw
a little
written.
bit more robust discussion and look a little bit further in to make sure that if there are other areas of conflict, that we can just kind of
Okay.
have a
I mean, as far as
have a detailed conversation and bring all of them together at once, as many as possible.
Yeah, the only thing that this really affects is that bylaw, though, because it's the only spot
right,
where there is a bylaw that is
So,
different,
It
right?
just has to be added, yeah.
So,
Right.
we're not really gonna find any other spots. We can take care of this now and every other spot is in our own, it's our own purvey to fix. The only thing we have to worry about, the only thing we're constricted in is this bylaw interference.
Because the town bylaw says, all rules and regulations under the jurisdiction of the Board of Health promulgated under Mass General laws, including but not limited to, and then it lists food and vending machines, state sanitary code, trash, garbage, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. For some reason, actually, I think originally that the body art would have been included in that, because it says included but not limited to.
Yeah.
So I think you probably don't want to put your fees in regulations and bylaws. You want to pull them out and set them when you want to at a periodic time frame, just like you do for all your other fees.
So I'm not, why would we be saying we would go to town meeting?
Because the original bylaw that was done in 1988 was a town meeting bylaw. So you'd have to amend the town, and the town meeting bylaw says the fees, which were done in 1998.
And that's the most current bylaw we have?
No, the only other one you have is the body art one that went in 2001.
Yes.
That's not a bylaw, that's our own regulation.
It's a Board of Health bylaw. It is called you call it a bylaw.
But it's not the town's bylaw.
No, it's not a
That's something
town.
we can adjust
right,
on our own with a public hearing.
Right.
Whereas the bylaw the town has set, we have to go to the town who has to vote on.
So I would just take the money thing out of the town bylaw and put it under the Board of Health as adjusted.
So I think our deadline is for
Tomorrow.
this coming town hall is tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then, obviously we want to have time for a hearing for any public input. So
We
a
don't-
little,
Okay.
For the town bylaw, you don't need public hearing for it.
The public hearing is for our regulations.
It's for our our Board of Health reg. It's required.
And we wouldn't be changing our regulations, we'd be looking for the town to change the bylaw to follow our regulations. And then anytime we wanted to change our regulations, we'd have a public hearing, and so the bylaw would, instead of reading.
well, if we
number-
if we take the money part out of the town bylaw, that's something that we can, and put it in, and put it under,
Well, I think possibly we should table it till the next meeting when Sue's here, because I believe the way that it is written is because the town is setting the figure, they are responsible for the collection,
Oh.
whereas we would not be implementing and going and collecting these fees. Like, if we have an issue and we need to reinforce a guideline, it would be the police or the town or whatnot.
The town clerk.
So it
Thanks.
wouldn't be the actual Board of Health going there. So I think that's why it's written in that manner. Where
Right.
they set the fees and we are,
Right, so all you'd have to do in the bylaw, instead of having a fee in there, is you just put, when enforce the penalties for the Board of Health violations shall be determined by the Board of Health's fee schedule and subject to periodic review by the Board of Health. The enforcement and the collection stays the same, just taking
Yeah.
out the money thing.
The problem is that the monies don't match.
right.
And that's where the issue comes in. So if we remove the money, if we ask the town to remove the monies from the bylaw, there's no longer conflict.
So that was just on the agenda as really just a point of discussion, just, that it's out there and we're looking at it. So when we have, our next meeting, we can put it on.
All right.
Okay, anything else?
I have to look.
Lisa?
Good.
Jean Marie?
Nope.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion?
Motion Lisa,
Second.
second Matt. Any discussions? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And that adjourns our meeting, Board of Health, Monday, March 21st, 2022. Thank you, everybody.